teachers, it's me, Jeanette Gomez again. We're going to continue our discussion about scientifically based reading research. And we know phonics is one of the big 5 reading skills that the National Reading Panel says that we must teach. And besides just teaching phonics, we have to be competent phonics teachers ourselves. We have to be explicit, we have to be systematic, and of course we've got to understand the phonics concepts. And there are actually 5, what I believe, are 5 big reading phonics concepts that we need to know as phonics teachers to be capable phonics teachers. In lesson 1, in our very first video, we talked about location. We talked about how letters that are in the initial position make a different sound when they're in the medial position, and they may possibly make a different sound when they're in the final position. So we've learned how location of a letter within a word can predict the sound that it makes. In lesson 2, in our second video, we learned about the concept of vowels and consonants. We learned that vowels are always open and voiced. We learned that consonants are closed by our teeth, our tongue, or our lips. And that was a very important skill because it helps us be able to predict the beginnings of what that vowel is going to make based on its syllable. And then in our third lesson, we talked about syllables. We said a syllable was a word or part of a word with one vowel sound. And we understood that syllables open our mouths. And if our mouth opened 2 times, it had 2 vowel sounds and it had 2 syllables. Now, on our 4th lesson, that's very important that each capable phonics teacher needs to understand is the 6 syllable types. Because the letter, vowel, especially vowels, where they are within a syllable type predicts the sound it's going to make. And let's look at the 6 syllable types, and let's look at a letter I, for example. We have an I here. This is an example of a closed syllable type. We have consonants here. Consonants close our mouths. And since we know a vowel that's in a closed syllable because it's followed by a consonant, that vowel is going to be short and it's going to make the I sound. Same vowel, I. There is no consonant. That vowel is opened. So a vowel in an open syllable is long, coded with a macron. Always tell the kids that, and it means it's going to say its name. And the name of that letter is I, so that word is going to say I. Knowing 6 syllable types, once again, tells and predicts the sound of vowels. Let's look at this. We have that same I here. We have it followed by a consonant, and we have an E. In a vowel consonant E, the vowel is long, it says its name, and that E is silent. This word says 5. Let's look at I again. This time it's in a vowel team. And what a vowel team means is that there's 2 vowels side by side. Okay? And in this example of this vowel team, I and E, the sound it's going to make is E, as in field. Okay? Let's look at this vowel again. This vowel, I, is being controlled by the R. It's a vowel controlled R syllable type. And when there is IR, the R controls that vowel, it's always going to say as in girl. And let's look at I again. It's in a final stable syllable type. In the final stable syllable type, you're always going to see the syllable in the final position. It's stable, meaning that it's always going to make the same sound. And of course it's a syllable because syllable is a word or part of a word with one vowel sound. And so we're going to hear a vowel sound here. But guess what? This I is not going to make the vowel sound. When we have final stable syllable, T-I-O-N, the T and the I, T and I, come together to make one sound, and that one sound is shh. Addition. Addition. The vowel sound in this syllable type is actually the O, and it's making a sound, and it's making a sound because, back to lesson 1, location. When O is near N, M, and V, it usually makes a sound. Okay? So, knowing the 6 syllable types is very important because it predicts the sound of the vowel. And how do I use the discovery method to introduce these 6 syllable types? I will show on a later video because each syllable type has its own introductory. I just wanted you to understand how important the 6 syllable types are to the sounds of vowels. The 6 syllable types are taught explicitly, systematically. Systematically means I'm going to start with the easiest one, close, go to open, then I'm going to go to vowel consonant E's, and I'm going to keep progressing because it gets more complex as it goes along. So I'm going to give explicit, systematic instruction in the 6 syllable types. But as a phonics teacher, you need to stress and use that academic vocabulary of the 6 syllable types. You need to use closed syllable, open syllable, vowel consonant E, vowel teen, vowel controlled R, final stable syllables. Use that academic vocabulary in the classroom, even all the way down to kindergarten, so they begin to understand that vowel sounds, the sound they produce, is also dependent on what type of syllable it is.